in the online realm after playing a few of the obviously big tournaments this year in the LAN setting. I think it can be a bit difficult to get used to it. So maybe after this first day, both teams will look a little more ready going into that upper bracket final in theory.
Yeah, and the big thing I think as well is that knife round's going to be very, very important. You know, winning that gives you that preferential side, and the assumption is that ENCE took it, judging by the fact that they will be starting on that CT side. But without further ado, we are ready to get things underway here. Ladies and gents, welcome to Overpass, our third and final map here in the upper semi-final. Winner of this was one best of 3 away from a spot at IEM Dallas. And what that would mean would be huge. Carlos spots one, drops a smoke.
Nothing showing up. Kylar continuing things pretty slowly around this corner. They are looking to burst out off the back of this smoke, I would imagine. Flash potentially on the way once they draw the attention of Kylar. In comes the utility, but he's not blinded. Still loses his head all the same. Dihar at the back end of the site. He's the one that is now severely under threat. Doesn't know where to look. Hades maybe keeping the dreams alive with 2 headshots. Quite the third. Goofy though on the backside catches NertZ. There's kills all over. The bomb is out. He's going A. Screw this, he says. Let's go to the other bomb site instead. And, well, it was the wise choice.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. 2 versus 2. Now with it all to do. On this retake, Goofy and Glaive looking to try and get a bit of mileage up close here. Glaive going to be first contact. Gets the support very quickly of Goofy as TeSeS trying to invite in a bit of pressure. Got the right idea. I was spotted, but he missed the shot. Glaive will punish and kicks out of it all to do. He's waiting for a swing. He's not going to get it. Goofy might just stick here. No fear. 10-second defuse. First fight going to be Glaive, and Glaive finds both. Brilliant on that retake. Just about enough time as well, but that all comes down to Glaive. Really decent and just showing he's still got it. He's still got the mechanics. And that kind of is what we were talking about. The confidence after taking map number 2, transferring that in towards the third. That's really important for ENCE. Really good to get out of the gate started really quick here. Heroic will fall by. That's expected and understandable with a bomb plant, but you still would assume ENCE had the advantage here, just a little bit better. Maybe a bit more of a fleshed out fall by the rifles across the deck. MP9 and Scout.
Creeping up. Banana. Oh, man. Yeah, he's going to go so overlooked here. I think he will be able to get in behind Kylar. Plays his cards right, but he goes more for a peek towards the site itself. Trusts in TeSeS to find that kill behind him. Difficult spray down for Glaive, but he makes it work. Still, they're not looking to dedicate on towards A. At the same time, ENCE have not really moved any resources. Not like it's going to be an easy take towards B. They maybe just weren't expecting the B hit to come so quickly. Goofy trying to stay alive here. Finds himself double kill. Not able to get that third in, but so much damage has been done here. This is looking good for ENCE. Just got to keep themselves together. Bomb plant coming in.
They're still pretty close. Both these guys are low. Could be enough. Glaive from the heavens going to find both again. In a clutch that's needed in the 2 versus 2 is Glaive again, who steps up for a double to see the round in ENCE's favor. Very, very close. He's oh so reliable, Glaive. 3 kills overall in the round. Another opportunity for them to pull further away. Now, Heroic, off the back of that bomb plant, they could again go for a force, but I think now the better play would be half by a little bit, upgraded pistols, or so to say, full by next. Try and get the AKs out fully fleshed, but who might say anything? It looks like they're going to go for a full buy again. Double Galil, triple Galil, in fact, an AK and a Scout on nicoodoz. Inherently, it is a risky buy, though. They are coming in now, definitely with lesser firepower. To miss Molotov as well, which isn't going to help. But all things considered, ENCE still have the advantages in this round, technically speaking.
Bam from Kixon finds 2 out towards long. Really solid pickup. And Heroic in a good spot here for round number 3. Hades is holding in towards the site itself, but no one really gets away here. I think, oh, now that he's spotted especially, they will just commit to long.
Well, opening 2 not going the way of ENCE. They need a miracle to try and turn it back in their favor. That's not going to help. One more falling. Down goes Hades. And probably the chance of this round as well. Diha and Goofy sticking together, but they're not going to be given the luxury. And there is the question of, do they save here as well, right? They just try and keep hold of the M4 and the MP9 because they're not going to have a buy in the next. The round will go the way of Heroic. There's no two ways about that. Any more for any more. Bomb goes down. That'll be the round. And again, now, question marks about ENCE. They are going to go for that save, though. I think it's absolutely the right call with kind of where their econ is at the moment. Definitely the smartest thing, just to have at least something to work with in towards the next. But it might not be given the luxury. At least there's a small call for Hunt. Plenty of time. If NertZ does keep running his way forward, he might get the right idea.
Yeah, they're definitely not the healthiest to Hunt, but it does look like they could go for it. However, not really dedicating. If they run into them, fair enough, but they're not going in super, super deep. Smoke will absolutely keep them at bay at this point. Still, really solid first round for Heroic to be finding, keeping that pressure on, trying to breathe down the neck of ENCE here, and they will successfully find their first. It's just all about getting a few more now. The buy from ENCE is not going to be the best. They will try and put together what they can. It's incredibly rough, though.
Yeah, it's not nice, is it? Not exactly the easiest to work with here. We'll see if there's maybe anything to work with. But, as to be said, good opportunities here now to try and answer back. River spam coming through. Nothing to be found with it. Kylo the first take a bit of damage. Nade just about to get away from as well. So they sort of relinquish this con control. They haven't exactly been quiet about it as well as they run back down Banana. So Heroic got a decent amount of information, decent amount of map control too. So far, so good.
Shusha's spotted out the jumping player there, but no real peek coming round on towards A. A lot of noise made by Kixon there, giving away the fact that they are indeed in towards short. Nade chips away at Glaive, but not too deadly. Goofy, he's the one that maybe wants a fight here, waiting for it to come his way. Trying to get the timing, but his crosshair ends up in the wrong spot, and they are surprised over on this B-bomb site. Diha alive for 1. Glaive dealt with quickly, though, in the interim. That was the big player that I think we kind of had our eyes on. He doesn't really get anything. 2 remain and 2 will save.
That'll be that. That'll be that. I mean, for ENCE, we kind of came in towards this round with questionable expectations as well, judging on what they had saved, and yeah, not to be. So Hades, Kyla, double MP9. Tail between their legs, and that's all they're really going to have to work with. This next round as well will be that eco. Not only do Heroic tie this game up, but they get the added addition of being able to take a lead here, and they should be able to take a lead, unless these perilous ecos convert once again. We've already seen it happen once before. I found a round over towards Nuke. Hilarious, as it was, it has to be said. It's all tied square, 2 apiece. I know for Heroic, this is not a bad T-side start either. So far in towards CS2 especially, the T-side or Overpass has been really eluding a lot of teams. They've not been able to make this look all that comfortable. And the fact that Heroic are kind of pretty early doors already starting to get a decent little repertoire here, I think it's already quite positive signs. 2 apiece. Yeah, like we said, this round the expectations are pretty low for ENCE. Double MP9 to work with and a small amount of util.
should be Heroic taking the lead on this one. Kylar goes down early on. Okay, Goofy on the USBs. A bit of a flashback to the previous map, but nothing else coming off as he just gets shut down quite quickly there.
Okie dokie. Glaive, no chance. Tried to get in behind. Ain't gonna be. The Hades expectations, as we said, were low, but the one kill. If they could pick up something, you know, an upgrade in terms of a gun, that'd be lovely. No, it's gonna be the case, yeah. The fours that are hands of nicoodoz, and one man is all that's left. Hades in the MP9. We'll look around and try and make something work, but I don't know whether he's going to find anything here. It would be nice if he can get himself a rifle just to take in towards the next spot. He's kind of going the wrong way.
Unfortunate. He might make his way down here eventually, though. You never know. Bomb goes down, and he is indeed down the connector quite quickly, but he's severely smoked off. But there's an M4. Thanks so much. Oh, he can't keep it, though. That's very unfortunate indeed. Third round for Heroic coming off, and again, looking very clean. They don't lose all that much for number 3. I like what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, same here. Same. This is good. Heroic. Very solid T sides being put up. We can start to see these guys find that form that we expect a little long term, then maybe world which ends in a bit of trouble. It's already looked considerably better from Heroic. Nuke, it wasn't a no-show, but it wasn't any level of consistency out of them. Oh my god, Kylar shoots around the corner! How is he still alive? How is Shush still alive? nicoodoz doesn't have the same luxury. Kylar is so low, he's barely alive, and he chunks a nade as well. But somehow, some way, nobody's died towards ENCE. They are so lucky.
Oh my goodness, another bloodbath coming round. This time there will be a lot of deaths, but heavily for ENCE. Ooh, Dihar in for another. It's just NertZ with nothing but 6 HP here now. And that is going to spell the end for Heroic. He might just even be tempted to save here. I don't know. They've got loads and loads of cash, but it feels like he's going to be able to do nothing. It'd be a pointless AK to throw away.
Yeah, maybe one of those things where if they come to him, he'll take it, but he's not going to look for it himself type vibe. But it's a long old way, isn't it? 40 seconds still left. As he is just chipping away at the clock. But that is going to be the round back in favor of ENCE. That sort of messy fight, Kylar, you know, he's a lucky man to stay alive first and foremost, but even getting a kill out of that as well, considering the kind of chaos of the situation, he is not going to say no to. Actually spouted in towards the round. Con control felt like a priority for Heroic, and it's something that worked against them. So now, all-tie square again. 3 rounds apiece. That AK is saved by NertZ. He's had plenty of money for Heroic to work with. They're not under any sort of financial pressures yet. But a couple more rounds in succession from ENCE, and that may no longer be the case. This is exactly what we want out of a decided map, with the upper bracket final as well. Spot on the line. 2 sides going toe-to-toe. Neither side taking control. That's the way a third map should be. The way it's feeling at the moment. So back into that investment, back into that buy. Positive, of course, for ENCE in terms of keeping themselves a little healthy. A little bit more in that conversation long term, but like I said, we're going to need some consistency out of them before they can really put the pressures on Heroic.
Boost coming in here. I like the idea of this. Ooh, what's that heard though? Kylar, be careful here with his exit, but is able to bounce away and survive. Hades at long, not so lucky. Flamed out, finished off. Glaive, though, will manage to find a kill down below off the back of the boost. So it's all getting a little bit wacky. There's select kills across the map. Kylar, meanwhile, calling for some support.
Very quiet round here, though, right? The early to mid round, bar those one-for-one trade sort of thing, there's not a huge amount to offer up. As we're peering towards our 30-second mark, Heroic got to make a decision. They're grouping towards topside A here. It looks like TeSeS might be the one to lead the charge. Glaive got the crack angle, holding front bar frames. It's not the easiest to hit a shot here, but information could be huge. In comes the flash. He's flashed off the angle. Now probably beckoning over rotations. A little late. Down he falls. nicoodoz, crispy shot from here. Swing on the corner. That's the bomb caught, but not dropped. Rotating over towards Transformers. Down it goes. A 2v4. Do NC want to go?
It would appear so. I mean, Dihar went flying in. Goofy will find a trade there, but obviously not going to give this a go. 1v4 in total. Yeah, man, this is really, really difficult to split right now. Heroic looking fantastic up top. ENCE try their best to respond, but it just is not quite enough. I think, honestly, we're not all that deep in, but I'd expect a bit more from the CT side. Although these spawn changes, seem to be really messing a few of these teams up. In all fairness, either way, not looking as comfortable for my money, the ENCE side.
That's it. That is it. So, 1 round lead taken. But a buy right back in for ENCE. Hades in towards his favorite AWP. Is, however, glass cannon orb. No money for armor. Talk about a risk, right? This is... this could be make or break in a way, right, for this half. ENCE win this, they're right back in that conversation. Heroic winning. Economy shattered, and they can pull away. They can get, at the bare minimum, 6 rounds on that C side, which would be huge. A lot of the onus is on the AWP of Hades out towards long. Doesn't really want to overface or stick around. Kylar's going to fall as well to the hands of TeSeS. So already, Heroic piling on the pressure.
Ooh, nice shot. Able to back off as well. Pretty big deal. Meanwhile, aggression coming in from ENCE. A little more proactivity. A little more confidence. It's good to see, and you can witness where it gets you.
BB4. Still out of the realms of possibility, but as long as Hades stays back dicey, it's all the world to work with. That's the bomb spotted. Swinging the corner as well. The worst part now is that Kicksan's in a bit of trouble. Somebody has to kind of bail him out. He's stuck in that corner. A shot from Hades. Who cares on armor? Who needs armor? Hades into his back dice. Finding 3 in total. Looking for the 4th as he peers around that corner, and he'll get it. A quad kill from Man. With only one thing on his mind, the glass cannon working wonders. A risky buy, but the reward is bountiful. And ENCE are going to tie this game right back up. Heroic trying to chip away at the clock, and it costs them numbers. Now, 4 apiece. Again, anybody's game.
Early utility spammed away. But yeah, this is again proving the competition between these two teams and why we are here, why we're loving this one for a qualifier, right? Absolutely brilliant. More of this next year, please. All the rounds matter, all the games matter, and so many stakes from the minute go. And indeed, it may well improve the stakes going into the tournament itself. Give you more storylines of how deep these teams have pushed. Imagine Heroic bring it all together. They make it to the semi-finals. There's a way longer journey that they have been on. Way, Tyler looking to deny them that journey. He's unable in this round at the very least. nicoodoz looking for more. Oh, and the tag lands, but unfazed by the bullets. nicoodoz will find his counterpart. D-Heart, Glaive, Goofy have all got to step up here. Glaive trying his best. TeSeS takes him while blind. It's a slim man advantage and a nervy one at that. They do not fancy sticking around on A. Down below, they will go. NertZ runs into D-Heart. Nades attempted, not really finding anything. They are lucky. It's only the MP9 for D-Heart, giving way less options in terms of how to fight this. He's now all alone, however. Finds one, but traded instantly. And Heroic pick up 5.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. The call to rotate there, I think, is really good in the mid-round, or mid to late round, so to say. You know that they got a little bit more space with that monster play going unnoticed. As NertZ has snuck his way forward, and they know it's the perfect time, if any, to rotate over towards B, try and prioritize isolating a fight. And, you know, you're in your ends there. You've got two decisions. Do you stick together, play for 2 towards 1 site and gamble it? Or do you split 1 site? And they go for that split, that 1-1. Raying through B, and it doesn't work for them. MP9, it's just, you know, not strong enough. They might disregard the monster smoke here. Shush. Jumping down. Nobody's close in the CT swing. Isn't bountiful. Hades and Glaive both falling. It's just sort of falling apart quite quickly here, ENCE.
Yeah, nasty, nasty, nasty looking. D-Heart will be melted. Over here then. Weird little boost for the remaining 2 players. Not even a boost, just positioning. Oh, no. What are they kind of doing? Flash comes in. They're aware. Shush will find the double. 6 rounds secured on the T side. Pretty good for Overpass.
Yeah, you're not going to complain with this at all. Final 2 rounds of the half, and for Heroic, anything from here on out is, you know, just a cherry on top. If they're able to get a 7 or even, you know, quite possibly an 8 as well, considering what ENCE are bringing in terms of buy, that is huge. This is, up until very recently, was the most CT side of the map in the pool. Still only second instead of Nuke. And Heroic are making this T side look stellar. Pretty concerned about ENCE. We said this is not a good map for kind of either of these 2 sides, but it was also kind of especially towards ENCE. Get 13-0'd on it. Not always been too popular with them. NertZ stuck out. Goofy just caught in no man's land. Hands around his ankles, didn't even expect it. Hades at the very least will bail them out, and down goes NertZ. Goes behind the smoke and fall away.
Kylar, big opportunity here. Shadow spotted. Oh, rounds the corner for another. Tough spot to fight from, right? You can't really back off once you've committed there. So, completely fair enough. TeSeS. Looking so clean here. 14 and 5, by the way. And I think that kill really epitomizes what he has been doing on this T side.
Bomb has been planted.
Yep, spotted. Answer's saving here. Now feels like they're a luxury because nicoodoz with a no-scope. Oh, insult to injury. As Heroic are going to find that 7. And look what it does to ENCE now as well. Look what it does. No real money to work with. Is it just going to be MP9s across the board? No. Hades will get himself a scout. But Dia hasn't really got much choices himself. So down he goes to a 5-7. It's just all that ENCE have to work with in a bye in the final round of the half. This could very well be an 8-4 T-side overpass. You really don't get to say it all too often.
Flash coming in. NertZ turning away from them. Oh, and the double spray down for NertZ. Yeah, he knew what was coming. He knew that play. Maybe they've gone for it exactly like that already in this game. You remember a few rounds ago, they did find success with a short push. Either way, NertZ has turned this round upside down for ENCE and put Heroic in a winning position.
B9, 5-7 scout. Not an easy ask here, is it? Look towards A as well. He's just Hades and that Scar. I mean, it's very easy to overwhelm. He's run out of util now, too. Drop that smoke front sight. I'm trying to play around it at the very least, giving himself some opportunities, but it goes without saying, Hades needs one of the most miraculous rounds we have seen in CS2 to make this work, and he's not even given the luxury of a breath. Down he falls to nicoodoz. The premium sniper finds him, and that probably should be the round as well. 5-7, MP9, a 2v5 retake. It's going to be heroic finding an 8th round. What a first half.
Dehart and Glaive will give it their best try, but yeah, any team worth their salt is not dropping a round like this. Heroic with a heck of a bounce back. Kind of a disastrous end to Nuke. Just as they were starting to look good, they slipped up in a big way. Not looking to slip up here, that's fortunate. Dehart can't even get a kill. It is 8-4 at the turn of the half. Heroic with 8 rounds on the T side. Feel like they have done enough. Only time will tell. See you after the break. And here we go. A little bit of chaos strewn by Heroic there in that first half. 8 rounds on the T side. Certainly feels like enough. But ENCE, no strangers to comebacks. Heroic, no strangers to losing to comebacks. So we shall see here. They've got to make sure they keep their eyes on the prize. That upper bracket final is on the horizon.
Hey, it's not a 9-3, right? That's all we care about. That's the thing that has scared Heroic before. It's 8-4. That'll be enough of a buffer. Let's see. Enter the T side of Overpass. It's not an easy side to play. Even though Heroic made it look easy, that's more testament to how kind of rough ENCE did look at times. They're just flying towards A. Up through long. Nobody's tested them, so why stop?
Kixan getting out aggressive here. Flash comes in for him, but he can't really do much with it. Thank goodness has found Hades, but he is dealt with quickly as well. Dihar going to drop down, but they're getting this bomb plant in. A flash for Kylar. nicoodoz playing back, playing safe, not giving them the fights. Takes another angle, but he will lose it. Shush and TeSeS, the only ones left. TeSeS on 15 kills. He is the final boss, but he seems to have been nerfed here. Shush will be left on 16 HP, surely not a chance. Even dropping away for him is going to be difficult. Dihar should have this one in the bag. He does indeed.
This work needed as well, right? For ENCE, they'd been in a spot where things weren't really looking too good off the back of that first half. They needed to come towards the T side, get a really strong pistol here, and now they can start to work with things. I think for Heroic, for me, there'd be no need to force here. I know they've liked the forces, but since nobody was really fragging in that first round, there's no need. I think, you know, kind of accept the fate here a little bit. Say, yeah, this is not really going to amount to all too much. Guns in towards the next, and with that 2-round gap that we've got to work with, still wouldn't feel all that much pressure. Get a group together. We're not expecting a lot here, but it would be cool to get a couple of kills. If they can pick up anything in terms of an upgrade, that'd be lovely. And that feels unlikely. It's an AK. This is the perilous being around it. The big nade, the big trade coming through, and NertZ is going to find 2.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, Nico just gets his AK up in time. 2 versus 2, though, is definitely not what we were expecting this round to come down to. Dihar on the MP7. He's got to be careful. Careful. Ooh, he checks it. Not before getting dinked, though. Should be winnable from here, as nicoodoz is only 14 HP. I think he might tacitly concede this round. And just save the AK.
Well, you take an AK. He actually might go for this. He can hear all of this information, and they genuinely might not expect him here. They are aiming for it, though. Dihar swinging on the clear. No, not effectively. nicoodoz made something out of this. Surely not. Tap on towards the bomb. Not a stick, though, but trying to bait in a fight here on the corner. It's Goofy to try and deny it. nicoodoz has made something out of nothing. Do they clear him? Oh, my God. nicoodoz has won it. An eco. A full eco. And Heroic have converted. ENCE did that to close map number 2. And now Heroic have done it to kickstart half number 2 of map 3. That's a stinker from ENCE to lose.
Yeesh. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. This just went from a pretty dire situation to a terrible one. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And yet, here we are witnessing it. Heroic. Let's see what they can do with this God-given gift that they have had bestowed upon them. Clean buy from them, of course. It is a much weaker one from ENCE, as they will try their damnedest to scramble and recover the pieces. Eating a nade, though, is not the way that Kylar wanted to start his round off.
No, not at all. Oh, it's such a brutal one to lose your ENCE. That'll hurt. That'll really hurt. Already knows as well, the Heroic social media manager. He's gonna be having a field day with that one. ENCE are gonna live that one down for a while, especially if they are to lose the map as well. That realistically could be the catalyst to it. Popping out in towards Monster. Shush gonna be tested. Lines up too. Kylar would trade, but look who's there in towards Barrels as he comes alive himself. Kixan. They're getting no space towards this beast. They actually will try and get a plant. nicoodoz, other ideas. Couldn't see either. Going to take the round nonetheless. That's Heroic rapidly locking themselves into double digits. And ENCE, they are in a serious amount of trouble.
A lack of timeouts here from ENCE. Across the course of the series, something that I have noticed. I think that they would have really put themselves into a fantastic spot if they had taken timeout after losing that previous, the very shaky round, the very seemingly unlosable round. Yeah, they just even needed like a mental reset, let alone where you're at logistically in terms of buys and things like that. I think you just need to talk it over and be like, okay, it happens. Let's remain focused. Let's stay on it. But it seems like they are just trying to go with the flow here. 1-for-1 trade. NertZ has to be very careful. Flash is coming round. One successful, one blinding him. He will find another before falling. But now we have a couple rifles recovered. God knows what can be done from here. Kickson out of truck, though, might not be expected. Oh, and he's trying to play the patient game as well. You know, Hades will come in and clear it, but then not ready for when he peaks. It is well played by Kickson to just sort of track his opponent in his mind before he swings in. Goofy, all alone, spam down. 11 rounds secure.
Getting ever closer now to that finish line. You know, deservedly so as well. What has been a really, really solid up. Kind of, you know, in towards the second half, was looking off the back of that pistol, maybe like an opportunity for ENCE, and it's petered away quickly. It goes without saying this gun round is everything. Lose this, heroic lock in 12, lock in map and series point. Upper bracket final point, IEM Dallas spot on the line. Not a lot left to work with ENCE. They could be on their last legs here. Heroic going to go for a quad B stack, leaving nicoodoz alone towards A. It's a ballsy call. With the bomb actually sort of in that direction, it might just work.
Yeah, I mean, possible. You would definitely think here, though, that it is going to be a rotation up to the top side in time. Flash round. No one out at long here for ENCE. Slow wind up for the T side. This is kind of their last chance. If they lose this, then I think it is pretty much over. They have to keep heroic off of 12 for as long as possible. You know, we're looking at like 11, 10. It's a long road. It's a long, long road for ENCE.
Popping out. Glaive and Kylar combining. The flash, actually, the initial damage being dealt. A sure fall. Goofy gonna find one of his own towards NertZ. I think this could be for this round. Is that bomb down? Did I say that? Kicks out finds two. One with a nade and TeSeS up close. This is flipped immediately. Hades with a Krieg in hand looking to deal some damage up close. Not the best weapon in these sort of scenarios, but might be able to give him some sort of advantage at range. TeSeS spotted, dropped as well. The ult miss shot too. Looks to reface, put it forward around to nicoodoz, and it kicks out on the swing. He started off that retake. He'll close it too. And that is heroic finding a 12, and that could start to be curtains here for ENCE.
It is possible. It is entirely possible. Yeah, as mentioned, 12-5 is not what you wanted. If you're ENCE, it pretty much locks things in here. What can you do? You know, you have to buy, you have to keep on it, and now you can make zero mistakes where they've already made numerous. T-side not really getting off the ground. Heroic, meanwhile, looking much more comfortable on the CT end of things. Of course, in name, once a great team on this map. It's a very different roster now, but maybe the ghosts of the teams of old certainly remaining.
Tough one. Very tough one. Oh, his shot. Smoke fading as well. Trouble here. He's kind of stuck, and yeah, off the back of that flash, Glaive, that was the freest kill he's got in a long time. He comes to the corner too. Doesn't go as deep as he would like. Kylar get a freebie, and he will just about. A little labored, but NertZ will fall in the end.
Kickson chilling around here. Might not respect how close they are. Just careful of the long angle in particular. Able to stay alive for a few seconds. Yeah, I thought Hades would indeed be after him, so that for me might just do it. Shoosh, his position going to be revealed as he picks up the hard. TeSeS, meanwhile, ahead of the smoke. Let's be careful here, ENCE, man. I know it's, you know, 5v2 overall, 3v2 now, but look how split they are. They are maybe allowing a few isolated fights to come in. Shusha's completely repositioned, drops Glaive. Oh my goodness, down to a 2-on-2. Another potentially heartbreaking way for the series to close out. Kylar is left on 4 HP as TeSeS looks to finish it here and now from a 5-on-2 to a 1-on-0. Yes, sir. Heroic getting it done. They will close the series out 2-1 and an absolute mess of an overpass from ENCE coming in.
Yeah, you know, what a dominant display coming through as well. I mean, that really just shows exactly how good this team can be. You know, maps number 1 and 2, they traded, right, in the sense they were both pretty close, 13-11, 13-10. And it did feel like maybe ENCE could kind of, you know, chain that momentum from map 2 into map 3. But, yeah, never the case. They never got going. The first half really let them down. You can't be on a CT side and only...